was the Minister of National Defense between 2021 and 2023 in Canada. And at that time, the Arctic, and indeed Arctic security and sovereignty, was very much on our radar, and it continues to be the case with the Russian illegal invasion of Ukraine, for example, and Russian infrastructure moving further and further north. We, as an Arctic country, 70% of our coastline is interfacing with the Arctic, 40% of our territory. We have no choice but to ensure that we are bolstering our Arctic presence. We are doubling indeed our troop work and deployment nationally and internationally. We're going to make sure that we increase our defense spending to 5% of GDP, as NATO allies are doing. This is our promise. $80 billion was in our last budget for defense spending.
Are troops from NATO going to Greenland and going to Arctic regions in order to protect against possible incursions from China and from Russia or from the United States?
So the question of troops in Greenland seems to be so prevalent. Let me just say, NATO allies routinely do exercises, military exercises together. That's a fact. The point that I've been raising with Mark Rutte, the Secretary General of NATO, is historically NATO's gaze has been eastward, on the eastern flank. Canada's largest military operation is Operation Reassurance in Latvia, for example. But what I've been saying to Mark Rutte, including before the attention has been focused on Greenland, is that NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. NATO needs to have a northern and western focus. This is clear. It is one of the primary reasons that NATO was founded, in my view. Canada is a founding member of NATO, and we deeply encourage a greater focus on the Arctic. And finally, I'll say, I'm headed to Greenland, a trip that was planned long before the past couple of weeks' events took place. I'll be going with my Danish and, of course, Greenlandic counterparts to open formally the Canadian consulate there and during the first week of February.
Are we watching the NATO alliance collapse?
Not at all. What we are watching is the focus on geographical areas that demand attention by the strongest military alliance in the world. Canada will continue to remain at the table. We are a multilateral believer. We believe in the strength of working cooperatively and collaboratively with our allies, including at NATO and other multilateral organizations. That won't change, but we're also pragmatic. And so we come to the table in order to lead, in order to ensure that the rules-based international order, although it is shifting, is extremely important for global stability.
Are you concerned that the sovereignty of Canada is being threatened by the potential threat on Greenland's sovereignty?
Canada will never be the 51st state. We will always ensure that we stand foursquare behind our NATO allies.